4 o'clock. All right, guys. This is a public hearing. We are the Putnam County Planning Commission. We are the designated local planning agency for the county as prescribed in Chapter 163 of the Florida statutes, and we function under the authority of Article 11 and 12 of the Putnam County Land Development Code. The primary responsibility of this commission is to serve as an advisory board to hear and make recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners on matters related to provisions of and proposed amendments to the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan and Putnam County Land Development Code. The members of this board will review each application and make a recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners at their next regularly scheduled meeting on June the 23rd, 26. Procedurally, we will call each case by name and number. A member of the staff will then briefly explain to us the nature of each request. We will then take any comments from the applicant or their representative, followed by public comments concerning the request. Please direct all comments or statements to the board, not to other people in the audience. Before speaking, we will ask each person to be recognized, come forward to the lectern, and identify his or herself by name and address. After all persons wishing to speak have been heard, we will entertain a motion from the board. The motion will be voted on by the board members and become a recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners. The Board of County Commissioners will make the final determination regarding the application. All applicants have a right to withdraw their request at any time during the application process. Let's see. If applicants choose to have their cases heard at a later date, the case will be re-advertised in accordance with Putnam County Land Development Code and Florida statutes. All right. Anybody had any ex parte communications? No. Do we have any conflicts of interest?
I would just like to say that I am friends with Mr. Matthews, and I have worked with him in the past, but I have not spoken with him about this case, and it will not cause any conflicts.
I would probably say I'm in the same boat. All right, so our first case will be REZ 26000004.
Thank you, Chairman.
Take it away, Mike.
Thank you. For the record, Michael Graves, Planning and Development Services. Can you see the presentation on your screens all right? Fantastic. This is case REZ 26000004. The Julian C. Wood Revocable Living Trust is requesting a zoning map amendment from Plan Unit Development to Residential Estate on 22.5 acres located at 229 East River Road, 131 Oak Haven Lane, and an adjoining unassigned location in East Palatka to allow the development of a single-family residence. Surrounding zonings include Plan Unit Development and Residential Estate. The subject site has a future land use designation of Urban Reserve, UR. The land has approximately 1,079 feet of frontage on East River Road, and according to the National Wetlands Layer and FEMA Flood Zone Layer of the GIS reference map, the lands do appear to contain wetlands and is located within FEMA Flood Zone X, X500, and AE. FEMA Flood Zone AE is a special flood hazard area. Should the applicant's request be approved, the applicant will then be eligible for obtaining all building and site work permits compatible with the residential estate zoning district. Here you can see the properties. Please be aware that the kind of central one, the one with the tail as I will refer to it, is a single property, with the one to the north and the south of it also being a single property that's just divided by that central property. And then the one on the far western side is the third property. Here you can see the future land use categories. Here you can see the zoning. Staff recommends approval of their request to amend the zoning map from Plan Unit Development to Residential Estate. Staff finds that the proposed rezoning is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the adopted comprehensive plan and meets the locational requirements of the residential estate zoning district provided in the Land Development Code and comprehensive plan. Are there any questions?
There was one question. I was reading through the PUD that I guess is expired, and it looked like it was in regards to 420 something acres.
Yes, sir. If I bring up the map, the zoning map here, you can see that the PUD extends both northward and across East River Road into a large area of currently farmland. At the time of issuance of the original development agreement, it would have been 1,580 homes across these acreage, as you previously mentioned.
Okay, so that PUD and the adjacent lands won't be affected with this decision today?
No, sir. Because the PUD is expired, any new development in that area will require either a rezone similar to this or a new plan unit development to go over the old one, including a new development agreement.
Okay. And none of the parcels that we are taking out of that PUD are, I mean, they're consistent with size, dimensional requirements and stuff, density requirements and all
Yes, sir.
as they sit?
Yes, sir. The smallest one, the one on the northwest side, right about abutting the river, is 1 acre in size, which is 2 acres in size, which is over the minimum requirement for the residential estate zoning district.
Okay.
It also looks like there's agriculture in and around there.
That's
At least
correct.
I saw some cabbage that was harvested, and Mr. Victor over there was gonna get me ahead, but I guess he didn't.
The majority of the lands that the PUD were going to be developed on are currently used as cropland.
So, Michael, can you go back to the aerial?
Sure thing.
So it looks like there's one single family existing on the parcel?
Yes, sir, on the southern side of the kind of bisected parcel.
And if and I support the rezoning, I like what we're doing here, but they have the ability to create 22 additional or 21 additional single-family residents on this rezone if desired? Did I read that correctly?
If they were to reconfigure and re-subdivide, yes, sir, that would be allowed. As of right now, though, because the residential estate zoning district, they would only be allowed 1 unit per parcel regardless of size.
Okay.
Anybody else? Is the applicant or applicant representative here?
Reed Matthews, 115 North 2nd Street. So I'm buying the 2 acre parcel to the north. I was rezoning it, and they said, well, hey, you're doing that, just add ours on to it. So, because there's no sense in their property being, staying in the PUD, because the PUD's expired. And so that's why we're rezoning it all and not just the 2 acre piece. I'm gonna
Gotcha.
build our, single family house on the north piece for me and my family. And the current owners, they plan on, I think, eventually building another house on their piece, but, or on their 2 pieces they have.
Okay, or, yeah, that's right, okay, went down to the house and I stopped, turned around, and I went down that dim road, that's the road they're gonna use access.
That I'll use, so I'll turn between the 2 farm fields, and there's an easement that goes through there, then hangs a left, and that's where I'll access my house from.
That's a pretty piece of property.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Oak Haven, there's currently, Miss Hedstrom's old house, Ruth Stewart's house, that Ronnie Hedstrom lives in now. They built a new construction house beside it, and then Willie McKinnon rents from Andrew Wood, in the 3rd house off Oak Haven Lane. But he would build between where Willie lives and where I'm gonna build. That's where they would potentially build in the future, but they already have a house on the river on 207A where they currently live, but eventually they might end up building on the other parcel.
Anybody else got questions for him? All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else from the public wish to speak? All right, seeing none, I'll close that and bring it back to the board for discussion and entertain a motion. I like what they're doing here. I mean, I feel like we've been doing this a lot lately, is going backwards, getting back to the residential stuff, so I'm all for it.
I had a few different concerned citizens reach out to me, not just because they had no idea it has anything to do with the property, but I said, no, this is the opposite of,
Yeah.
they thought they were, rezoning it to build more houses. No, we're rezoning it to build way less houses than
Yeah.
what's currently zoned for, so, anyway,
Yeah,
it's the
we're all
opposite
about
of
that.
development. So.
Anybody?
So one more question real quick. Michael, the PUD basically stipulates up to 1,580 residential dwellings on that overall 428 acres or whatever it was. Taking this 22 acres out and rezoning it residential estate doesn't change that density. Did I read that correctly?
That is correct. The exact wording of the original plan unit development and also the section of the comprehensive plan that it is also currently under would allow the 1580 in the area that was originally outlined by the PUD. So even if we are to remove this 22 acres and put it into residential estate and doesn't have the same developable rights, I guess, as a plan unit development, the rest of the area in total would be able to have 1580 minus the theoretically 22 that this area would have. So it would be 1558, provided a new plan unit development was established, of course.
But to be clear, the PUD is done.
It's expired and it has been for a significant amount of
And
time.
this will further,
Yeah.
Any
do away
further
with it,
development,
right.
anything that they would want to do there, they would need to do either a rezone or a new plan unit development with a new development agreement.
Yeah, I think in effect, we're looking at this like a blank slate that's moving
Right.
to a
So the
residential zone.
1,500 units are still there, but the PUD is
Won't
done
happen.
for.
So the comprehensive plan in site-specific density allotment section, I forget the number off the top of my head, I believe it's referenced in the staff report, does make reference to this specific area as part of the Riverbend Estates plan unit development, where it specifies that despite whatever future land use category it has, it will have a maximum density of 1,580 units as determined by the plan unit development. So in theory, a new plan unit development could establish across the street there, and it would only be able to have a maximum density that would allow the 1580 units, even if there was water or sewer or other utilities that would, in the urban service future land use category, enable it to have theoretically more. It is limited at that 1580 because of the comprehensive plan.
I think so, right? The clubhouse was planned to go here on this, on the piece I'm buying, or the piece where? Okay, so, yes, on part of this parcel, not where I'm gonna build, but just where, on part of this parcel that, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue. The rest of the PUD's exempt. I don't see how doing anything with this property is going to affect the other. I would think that the density, the number of houses that you could build on the other piece, if it were reviewed, would be at least prorated for the stuff that they're losing out of it now. But that's like you said, that's a bridge to burn when we get to it. I'm not seeing a problem with this one. Anybody want to make a motion? Do it.
We would recommend the Board of County Commissioners approve rezoning REZ 260004 as it is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of Putnam County Comprehensive.
I second that.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Call for the question. All in favor? Aye. All right,
Thank you.
approved. There we go. We'll pass that on to the Board of County Commissioners at their next meeting and let them take a swing at it. All right. That's the only one we had for the day. Next thing on the agenda is old business. Do we have any old business we need to address? All right. Do we have any new business we need to address? I'm liking this, 414. How about approval of the minutes from the April 8th, 2026 meeting?
We'll move.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. I think that's it. Anybody else got anything to say? Nope.
Do them all like that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. There we go.
Well,
We're gonna call this meeting closed at 4:15.
Right.